Do you like getting your hair combed? You do? Okay.
But when you comb it, I don't like it.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Raven. It's Sunday night, which means that it is hair washing day. I actually just got done washing Ziya's hair. And now it's time to comb and style and give her like a fresh new style for the school week. And I normally try to do something that's gonna actually like last throughout the school week because I don't have time every morning to restyle her hair. So I'm gonna be trying to do something that's really gonna last for the full week. So this is Ziya's little bathroom closet situation. It was perfectly organized. We're not gonna look at the mess here, but for the most part, it's organized into all of her little combs and brushes, and then a bunch of hair care products. I'm constantly trying new things on Ziya's hair. So we have a mixture of like Shea Moisture. This is Garnier Fructis. We also have been using, and I've been really liking this Just For Me curly line. We got some Main Choice, some Aunt Jackie. So really it's just a mix of stuff in here. And then I've got this little thing which holds all of her bows and rubber bands and hair bubbles and clips and whatnot. Ziya does also have this whole drawer in her room full of hair accessories. Am I addicted to buying hair accessories for Ziya? Possibly, but let's not talk about that right now. Honestly, she doesn't use a lot of these because some of them are just like really out there, you know, like really crazy and sparkly. So it's more like dress up type stuff. But I like to get these little cheap little, we call them hair balls in my family. I know everybody calls them something different. I like to get these little cheap ones like from Target and Walmart. They get, what are you doing? Ziya's already putting her hair accessories in. I gotta do your hairstyle first. But yeah, I just buy these little cheap packs and I get them every so often because sometimes they like lose their elasticity, or sometimes they do get tangled in her hair and I have to cut them out. And then sometimes they just like get lost at school. So I always keep extra of these on hand. They're usually like $1, $2. And then I usually let her pick out like some extra bows and hair clips at the end to accessorize or switch up her accessories every day, every morning, depending on how she's feeling. She's chosen the blue variety today. If you guys are curious as to what I washed her hair with, today I used the Kiss Argan and Macadamia line. I've been using this for a while, but like I said, I switched between like a lot of different brands and a lot of different products. Argan and Macadamia for dry, damaged natural hair, the conditioner shampoo, and also the deep conditioning mask. But I do have several videos on my channel, and I did do a more recent video all about Ziya's hair washing routines. If you want to see the whole shebang of how I wash and deep condition and detangle and that whole thing, I will link a video up in the cards and down below. But right now we're just gonna get to styling. Basically, I usually come over here, I just take this. It's real easy to just take the whole thing out. And then we normally like to do hair in her playroom over here on the couch so we can get comfortable. So I usually just bring everything over to the couch. And then what do we do, Ziya? So she can sit right here and it's like the perfect little setup so I can see what I'm doing and both of us are comfortable. Okay, so this is our little setup. Do you like getting your hair combed? You do? Okay.
But when you comb it, I don't like it.
That's what I'm asking you. And your hair is already dry. Let me just spray it down. It's definitely way easier to style it when it's pretty much soaking wet, or at least damp. So I always keep a little plastic water bottle. You can get these at the dollar store, and just have regular water in there. And then usually the first product that I put into her hair is some type of leave-in conditioner. This is Aunt Jackie's Not On My Watch Instant Detangling Therapy. It softens, helps to restore moisture balance, helps with knots and tangles. And I already detangled her hair when I was conditioning it in the bathtub. Like I said, if you guys go watch my actual wash routine for her, you'll see more of the actual detangling process. So I'm just running this super wide tooth comb through her hair one more time just to make sure it's mostly detangled, because you really can't do any styles until it's fully detangled. It's gonna be really hard to part the hair and style the hair. So you want it as detangled as possible. So next I'm gonna go in with a curl cream. I'm gonna use the Shea Moisture Coconut and Hibiscus Kids Curling Buttercream. I'm not sure what makes it kids versus adults. And I kind of go a little bit heavy-handed with the products because this is going to last her all week. I'm not gonna be restyling and re-moisturizing and re-putting in products throughout the week. So I wanna make sure that I use enough to keep her hair moisturized for a few days. I feel like this is what has helped her hair like stay healthy and grow nice and long. Her hair is like down to her butt now if it's like all straightened out. Of course she has a lot of shrinkage because she has a tighter curl pattern, but like it goes all the way down to here. Do you like having long hair or you think we should cut it?
I like having long hair.
You do?
Like Rapunzel.
Like Rapunzel. I'm gonna actually get a little bit more and really focus it on the ends because her ends tend to be more dry. So I just want to make sure that they're like evenly coated and even like comb it through a little bit. So my philosophy for doing her hair, especially, you know, when it's Sunday night and I'm trying to do a style that lasts all week, I feel like the more parts, the better, the more sections, the better. If I had the time and the energy, I would sit here and do like a bunch of little sections and basically give her box braids because that would last really long and like hold up really well. I don't have the time and energy for that. I want to at least do like several sections. I usually try to do like at least 4 braids, 6 braids, 8 braids, or a twist or something like that, just to really keep the hair like contained, if that makes sense. I feel like if I do any sort of like loose styles where it's just like a ponytail like this, or like 2 loose ponytails, or if I let her hair like just leave it down, that is a recipe for disaster. Her hair is gonna get so just messed up and tangled by the time she's like playing outside and doing whatever she does at school. It just, no, it's never good. So I try to do braids or twists, and I try to have like a lot of little sections to it so it just like stays contained. And I think that is also another reason why her hair is so healthy and long, because essentially it's like doing protective styles every week. Normally I just make up hairstyles as I go along, kind of just play around with what I think looks cute. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do today. Step 1 is to kind of start off with parting the hair in some kind of way. So honestly, I normally stick to a middle part as like the main like starting point. So I'm just gonna fix up her part. Having a rat tail comb like this is a major key. Tie off one side to get it out of the way. And then I'm gonna start making additional parts. So I think I'm gonna start kind of in the front and do a diagonal part, starting from the middle, going down to her face to just section off a little front section, tie the rest out the way real quick. And then I'm gonna take some of this just for me from their Curl Piece collection. This is the Slime Styler. It's like a gel. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of this on my fingers and apply this around her hairline and around where I have this piece sectioned out. Now, why does this brush have doll hair in it? Were you using this to brush the doll's hair?
Yeah. That dog.
It's got bright orange hair in here. So I'm just gonna kind of smooth this little front section out. And I'm just gonna use one of these little tiny black rubber bands and tie this off. So we got one little triangle, and then I think I'm just gonna kind of continue a little pattern. So let's see if I go from a little bit back and part all the way down to her ear. A little bit more gel to lay everything. And then with this one, I think I'm gonna divide it into 2 sections. So like in half horizontally. That again, gel, smooth the section, and again just tie it off with this little rubber band just like we did in the front. Now I'm not gonna do little sections like this all over her whole head. Like I said, if I had the time and energy, I would. That would be really cute, and that would probably be a hairstyle that would last for a few weeks. And I have done it before, but I'm just gonna do a few in the front, and then I'm just gonna have like a bigger braid in the back to save time. So then these little 3 sections here are gonna be combined back into a bigger section that I'm gonna do back here. Okay, I think I'm gonna take these 2 and I'm gonna tie them together. When I do the other side, I'm gonna connect this one in the front. So let me move to the other side and match up what I did So same thing going down. Now we have the two matching in the front, and I'm gonna tie these two together. We can split these in half. Ooh, wow, look at me doing interesting things. See, this is how I get my styles, because you just start experimenting. All right, so now I've got the same thing going on this side. She's got the two other little sections along with the one in the front, which I already put together. So I'm gonna put these two together just like I did on the other side. So just grabbing both chunks and putting another rubber band to connect them. So I'm going to split this top little section back in half like this, kind of makes an X. And I'm gonna bring that over to this whole section that we just created and connect them. So I'm making like a cool little design in the front.
And now we're producing the spool.
Doop. And same thing on this side, taking the other half of this little front area and just bringing that over to this whole side over here. Now I've tried it where I've done something similar like this, and for all these little chunks I've braided them individually so that it would be like little tiny braids going into each rubber band, but I find that like really small braids are actually a pain to take out later. I try to find a happy medium between having a lot of small sections but not necessarily having a lot of small braids. If anything, I feel like twists, like 2-strand twists, are better because they're easier to take out. So this is our design that we've created in the front. Since I've got the main middle part going all the way down, I'm going to just split the hair, and I feel like we need at least one more section back here. So I'm gonna actually split this whole big chunk in half one more time. I'm gonna smooth just this upper half with everything we created up here. And I'll use one of the colorful ones. What color do you want?
Pink.
Of course, pink. So I'm gonna use one of these to tie off this chunk. I'm gonna braid this section down a little bit and then connect it down to the bottom section, I think. That'll be cute. Let's see, and braid it down to about there. And then clip it, boop. Smooth this part out, take this, and I'm just connecting this down to this lower section. So now I have this braid going down into this lower section, and like it would be cute, like you could just leave the hair out, but I'm gonna go ahead and braid it because like I said, I don't like leaving her hair out too much. I prefer everything to be wrapped up, braided up, twisted in some kind of way. So I'm gonna continue this braid down. See all the excess product coming out now, but it'll dry. So braided this side all the way down, and then I am going to just tie it off, of course, at the end. Actually, let's use a fun rubber band. Add some pizzazz. And I always like to comb out the ends and like do a little twist so it makes a nice little curl at the bottom. Oh, it's got a lot of product in it. There we go. So this is the finished kind of like pattern or design on this side, and I just need to finish it off and copy it over onto the other side, and we will show the final result. Ding-a-ding-a-ding, and voila, done. And what's the last step?
Little baby hairs.
We gotta brush the little baby hairs.
And mommy, what's that?
It's jam to help with the baby hairs. Baby hair brush, highly recommend. I can put a link down below.
Done. I hope you guys like my hairstyle. Thank you for watching. Bye.
What do you think?
I like it.
And look how long your hair is getting.
Uh-huh. Cause then you have to be 5 in 7 more days.
No, that's not true.
In 7 days.
That's not true, Ziya. Your birthday is not until next year.